On this week's Arts Break, we're headed to Adams, Tennessee to check on this year's Community Spirit musical production of Smoke, a ballad of the Night Riders.
Rise up, rise
Smoke is a musical that is based on the tobacco wars that happened in the early 1900s in an area of central Kentucky and northern Middle Tennessee. The American Tobacco Company established a virtual monopoly. The farmers then could no longer make enough money to feed their families. And so they decided to fight for their livelihoods, and they formed basically what sort of a trade union.
Oh, they're still there, they're still fighting, just not like we wanted them to.
They established something called the Association. After a while, they realized that they weren't going to be able to get enough farmers to sign up. So an aggressive military, militant group formed called the Night Riders.
On a night in October of 1905, a group of unidentified men met in secret at the Stainback Schoolhouse in Robertson County, Tennessee.
And they resorted to guerrilla tactics, first bullying, blackmail, and then violence. Finally, a number of people were whipped, eventually killed at the height of the Troubles. They were very highly organized and in fact conducted raids on at least 3 fairly large-sized towns, including Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
You gonna be a farmer like me, scratching away at this little patch of dirt?
Yes, sir.
We have people on each side in this invented family. I invented a family called the Hartleys. Owen Hartley is struggling like everybody else. He's married, he has a young son who he's trying desperately to hold on to the family farm.
You wanna do what your daddy does, don't you?
His wife Callie has a brother whose name is Ned, who's very passionately on the side of the association. Tries to get him to join. He's reluctant to do so, but eventually he agrees. Owen's brother, Emmett, who lives across the way, absolutely refuses to join. So as happened in real life, there were families that were divided by this issue. You could not be neutral because the Night Rider and the association urged boycotts on any businesses that would do business with anybody who didn't join the association. Many families were split apart over this issue, and some of those wounds have never healed. We're doing it outside in an open air pavilion. There's a very sort of community feel to it. And it's pretty good work. I mean, we've hired some good actors and musicians that work constantly in Nashville and in other places. These people are not hurting for work. They've come up here because they like the experience and they like the vibe, they like the feeling, because it's legitimate. It came from the ground up. So I think that's really cool.
Smoke runs through May 29th at the Open Air Pavilion on the ground of the historic Bell School in Adams, Tennessee. For more information, visit us online at wnpt.org/arts.
This NPT Arts Break is made possible by the generous support of the Ingram Charitable Fund.